Yo, this your boy, the real McCoy, coming at you, man. Talking in the field, man, talking about my Dallas Cowboys, man. Another tough loss today, heartbreaking loss, you know what I mean? Different from last week, how we lost, you know what I'm saying? Walk-off 80-yard touchdown pass from Drew Brees to CJ Spiller. Tough loss, man. I mean, it was some of the things that I feared from week 3 coming into the game. Like how we played against the Falcons in the second half. That's what made me nervous. I'm like, can we sustain offense for 60 minutes of football? Now, we were consistent. We scored 10 points in the first half, 10 points in the second half. I mean, that's not going to blow anybody away, but that's consistency. Now, that touchdown that we did get came late. They went up, you know, they went up 20-13. And Brandon Wheat, I mean, he drove us, kind of looked like Romo week 1 against the Giants. He drove us down the field. This game, we actually went deep. We threw outside the numbers. You know what I mean? Keep the defense honest. Things like that. And we hit Terrence Williams on, 4th and 7, 4th and 5. And back of the end zone against the sideline. He called it, tied it up at 20 to go in overtime. But now, a lot of people are going to say, because now the game shouldn't have even went into overtime. You know, we should have lost 23-20 in regulation, but that field goal, the kicker, Kevin Hook, excuse me, Kevin Hook, he missed the kick. They would have won it. You know what I mean? Like a second left on the game clock, whatever. But a lot of people say, man, our defense is getting shredded. I mean, I think our secondary is playing solid, man. But at the end of the day, your secondary, I don't care if you got a bunch of Deion Sanders in your secondary. If you can't get no pass rush, now the pass rush was played solid in spurts. We started off playing well. Their first possession, DeMarcus Lawrence gets pressure on Drew Brees. He hits the ball. Tyler Patman, I've been singing your praises all year. You got to intercept the ball, man. You got to pick that. It's plays like that you don't see in the playbook. That's huge. Field position. I mean, we drove straight down the field and got a field goal, but we would have got the ball inside their own 40, right around the 30-yard line. We could have got 7 points out of that. You know what I mean? That's 7 points. That's 4 points. You know what I mean? We only lost by 6. You know. So, but anyway, man, secondary is playing well. It's just that the pass rush. You know, we just don't. When we need the pass rush, we're not getting it. When we need to run the ball, we're not doing it. You know, we get those runs and spurts. We get a sack here. I think we had 3 sacks tonight, which is good for us. You know what I mean? The lack of talent that we have on the defensive line, especially to rush the passer, good for us. But when we needed to rush Drew Brees and put pressure on him, we couldn't do it. You know, the drive to the drove, because we tied it at 20. He drove him straight down. I mean, I thought we were about to lose 23-20, but they missed the field goal. Things like that. That drive, we got no. I mean, like I always say, an average quarterback can light you up if you give him 3, 4, 5 seconds in the pocket. And I mean, you talking about Drew Brees now? I mean, he threw his 400 touchdown pass. CJ Spiller in overtime, man, and tough loss, man. Tough loss. Offense looked better, so we scratched the field. Now, some of those throws, Brandon Wheaton were forcing it to Terrence Williams. I was like, okay, I get it. We're trying to force it. Let's not overdo it. I mean, Terrence Williams, you know, he's not Dez. You know what I mean? He's not Dez. You know, the injuries are piling up. I mean, it's the NFL, man. I mean, no one's gonna show you any mercy, any sympathy because you injured. Who cares? You gotta suck it up, next man up, and you gotta move on. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know, we finally go deep to Bryce Butler. You know what I mean? Right after that play, you can see at the tail end of the play as he's going out of bounds, he pulled the hamstring. I haven't heard the status on that yet. The opening kickoff for the second half, Lance Dunbar, his knee buckles. He leaves on a cart from the sideline. Jerry Jones says that he doesn't know the prognosis of it yet, but he said it doesn't sound or look good. So, I mean, we don't know. I don't want to speculate. We'll find out probably back in Dallas. He'll get an MRI, and we going from there. That doesn't look good. Sean Lee, once again, love Sean Lee. Love you, Sean Lee. I love you. But dude, you gotta stay on the field, man. He's hurt again. He had a concussion the second quarter, I believe. Second quarter. He didn't come back. Damian Wilson played well. That's his name, Damian Wilson. He played well in Sean Lee's replacement, but he was the one who got beat. Looked like some confusion on defense. He got beat for the long ball, the C.J. Spiller in the overtime, but he played well. Sean Lee is down, concussion protocol. And you look at the Panthers linebacker, Luke Kuechly, he missed, what, two or three games now with the concussion? So we don't know about Sean Lee. And with his body and his injuries, you know, man, they're starting to pile up for him. Bryce Butler, our deep threat, you know what I mean, pulled up with the hammy. Lance Dunbar, who's been balling for us this year, his knee, when a guy goes down without a lot of contact, it's usually not good. You know, it looked like his knee buckled on him, but you know, don't want to speculate anything like that. We finally saw Christian Michael. We traded for him from Seattle, a between the tackles runner. I think he only got the one carry. I could be wrong on the 3rd and 1. He lost yards. You know, we're putting a lot of pressure on that offensive line. And they're playing solid, but at the end of the day, other teams know that they have, as good as they are, they can't take a play off. They have to play well. And when we need to run the ball, we couldn't do it. Now, the last drive that's standing in the overtime, Wheaton played well. Usually, I mean, I've said on numerous times, man, I don't want Wheaton to throw the ball more than 30 times. He threw it, I think 39 attempts, completed 32, no turnovers, had a touchdown. That's solid. Wheaton isn't our issue. Even last week in Atlanta, Wheaton is not the issue. Our main concern now, like I said, greatest offensive line in football, but if teams know that, you know, that's what you're trying to do, they can put 8-9 guys in the box, they can run blitz, things like that. That puts pressure on your receivers. Now, Terrence Williams showed up. Devin Street had a... Now, the thing I like about Devin Street, like, dude, he catches the ball, but he steps out of bounds. Like, dude, that's the smaller details. When our roster is depleted, it's the smaller details like that. You can't step out of bounds. You gotta know where you at on the field. You know what I mean? Maybe more experience and reps like that. You gotta know where you at on the field, man. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, there's only been 2 undefeated teams in NFL history: 72 Dolphins, 14-0; 07 Patriots, 16-0. So it's hard enough as is to win any given Sunday in the NFL with your starters, let alone backup quarterback, 3rd, 4th, 5th string on defensive line, and things like. It's hard, but nobody's gonna show you any mercy in the NFL. I mean, if they know you got a weak spot, they're gonna pound it, you know. But it's tough to do that. We don't have the talent on the defense. Our best pass rushers is our rookie Randy Gregory. He won't be back till after the bye week. We got Patriots coming in. We got Tom Brady and the Patriots coming in next Sunday. And they're coming off a bye week. They didn't play today. They're coming off a bye week. And Bill Belichick coming off a bye week. He's almost unbeatable, you know. So they're coming in off the bye week. And I'm pretty sure they watched us play. That's what I would do. I'm pretty sure they watched us play. They're coming in. And then we have the bye week. I think after that, that's when we should be getting Randy Gregory and Dez back. But right now, no Randy Gregory, no Greg Hardy. He's coming back against the Patriots. Those are our 2 best pass rushers. But is Greg Hardy going to be in football shape? You know what I mean? So, but even for looking long term, where you don't have the pass rush, our secondary plays as best as they could play. You know what I mean? You just can't cover all day. And plus you got Drew Brees. You know what I mean? A very accurate quarterback. You know, so I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on your secondary when you're not pressuring the quarterback when you need to pressure the quarterback. When we need him to, you know. We just, I mean, that was the issue last year. And going back to last year, our defense didn't have to play that much because DeMarco Murray moved the chains. We dominated time of possession, so they just sat on the sidelines, things like that. And you know, and they played solid. They were about average last year because we got average talent for the most part. You know, and you know, I mean, our defense is playing. Our back end, should I say, is playing as well as it can. Our defensive line, the pass rush, is playing as well as it can. You can have the greatest coaching in the world, but you gotta have the talent, and we don't have that. just yet. But we're 2-2. Now to get depressed, you know what I mean? We're 2-2. Both of our losses came against NFC teams, Falcons, Saints. That could come down to hurt us down the stretch if there's a tiebreaker. Maybe especially with the Falcons. They're 4-0. But we have 2 division wins. Now the Giants and Redskins are 2-0. We haven't played the Redskins yet, but we already beat the Giants. So 2 divisional wins, which are good. And next week game is not a divisional game either. So that's good. You know what I mean? But so we're 2-2. Good thing to say, that's good. Brandon Wheaton is not the reason why we've lost these last 2 games. That's good. The losing isn't good, but looking at your backup quarterback, he's not the reason why. Brandon Wheaton played solid, man. Even last week. Now that pick he threw last week was horrible, but he played well. He played well tonight, man. Drove us down the field on to send the game into overtime, 20-20. Now some of the throws he was kind of forcing down the sideline to Terrence Williams. I know we want to scratch the field. We want to do that. But don't just force it in there now, you know what I mean? Start throwing picks. But for the most part, Wheaton played very well. Very well. On that drive, our offensive line stepped up and gave him protection. You know what I mean? Things like that. But it's a lack of pass rush, man. That's what's hurting us. And we're not able to run when defenses know you're running. You know what I mean? Like the triplets from the 90s. You know, Emmitt Smith teams were lining up. They know we running. And we still got that 31, 32. Gave the ball to Emmitt. We don't have that. And you look at it, being just a realistic football fan, worst case scenario happened for. Like I said this before. We didn't re-sign DeMarco. Dez and Romo gets hurt. That's all our offense from last year. That was our offense. So you got to be realistic. You know what I mean? That's what's got me a little optimistic. So okay, we'll be okay. We'll get these guys back healthy. Now you can't lose too many games. You can't be 2-7, 2-6. You know, this season is done. You know, our division isn't that strong. The injuries are piling up. We're getting some guys back that help out the pack. Because I said secondary is playing as well as it can. They're playing as well as it can. I know looking at Drew Brees' numbers, he has some big numbers, but you know, I mean, in the pass rush, it played okay. For what the talent that we have, it played okay. But when you need them, when we needed them, you know what I mean? That's when we need those run yards. Once again, we jumped out, you know what I mean? Drove straight down the field. Randall has some good runs, you know what I mean? Running the ball well. Dunbar has a few good runs. And I was watching the game in the first quarter. Same thing last week, so I'm not even gonna get excited. Saying, can we do that in the second half? And we weren't able to do that consistently. And that was the issue, man. And you know, but like I said, our secondary is playing well. They're playing as well as our pass rush will allow it to play. You can't cover 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds in the NFL, especially playing against a Drew Brees. You know, I know he was banged up the shoulder and things like that, but at the end of the day, his accuracy, you know what I mean? And it's just hard to cover for 4 or 5 seconds, you know? And, you know, it is what it is. I mean, we just don't have that right now. You know, that should be getting better with Hardy and Randy Gregory over the next 3 or 4 weeks. Once Greg Hardy comes back in shape, in football shape, and Randy Gregory, he's only a rookie now. So it's not like he's got a million reps. You know, he's got to come back in shape, things like that. And he's still adjusting to being in the NFL. You know, so the second half was better. You know, a little bit more consistent. You know what I mean? We were able to run the ball here and there. Wheaton is playing okay. What's his name? David Irving, number 95. We just picked him up this week. He played well. He played well, man. On defensive line. We brought him in. The coaching staff loved his ability to rush the passer. So I didn't know how much playing time he would get. He played rushing the passer and against the run. He played well. We didn't get as fatigued as we did against the Falcons along the defensive front. But right now the issue, 2 things is we're not able to run the ball when we need to, and we're not able to rush the passer when we need to. You know, I think with the Greg Hardy and Randy Gregory coming back, though rushing the passer will be better, no doubt. Running the ball, I don't know. I don't know. See, we finally saw Christian Michaels tonight. I think he only got one run. That could, I mean, we don't have that. He could be the between the tackles type of guy that we need. We finally scratched the field, went outside the numbers. We went deep. Bryce Butler a few times. Terrence Williams, I like that. Brandon Wheaton, his arm strength, his arm talent isn't the issue. You know, but he's not turning the ball over. He's playing smart. Took a sack. Just don't turn it over. You know what I mean? Secondary is playing well. You know, so looking at Drew Brees' number, you might not. Oh, come on, Drew Brees had over 350 some passing yards. But like I said, you can't cover forever. You can't cover forever, man. So when we needed the pass rush, it wasn't there. It wasn't there. But we're 2-2. We're 2-2, man. We were up at the half again. I think 10-7 on the road. You know, and I was like, well, no, don't get too high, man, because you know that was the same case last week. We were up at the half and then we did nothing. But the second half was better. Like I say, it is what it is with the depleted roster that we have. I mean, the Bryce Butlers, Dez, the Romos, the Lance Dunbar going down, and it doesn't look good. Sean Lee, Randy Gregory hurt. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. But we're 2-2, still the top of the division, which is good. No division losses yet. You know, we finally lost a game on the road. You know, I mean, it had been a long time since we lost on the road. I knew that wouldn't continue forever. You know, but got the Patriots coming in, not a divisional game. You know what I mean? This just sucks. You know what I mean? I was kind of excited watching the Sunday Ticket. Today I'm a baseball fan. Today was the last day of the regular season for Major League Baseball, and the postseason start on Tuesday with the wild card. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get done doing this video, hit pause the camera, and I'm gonna restart my baseball video. You know, if you guys want to check that out. But man, you know, the injuries are really piling up for us, man. Hopefully Sean Lee can play. He probably have to go through the concussion protocol. Don't know about Dunbar. That could be a huge hit next week. That would be a huge hit. You know, we had Darren McFadden on kick returns. That's gonna be huge. I like the way Brandon Wheaton is playing. We scratched the field. We went outside the numbers. Secondary's playing well. We got to be a little bit better against the run. I mean, we didn't give up Devontae Freeman type stuff. He had another good day today. Got to be better against the run, I think. Man, the video's getting really long. Anyway, man, like, subscribe, leave a comment, man. Let me know what you guys think. Man, I'm just not really feeling it right now, man. Just being honest with you. It is what it is. The injury, it's not that we've lost the last 2 weeks. It's just the fact the injuries are really piling up. Anyway, like, subscribe, leave a comment, man. Let me know what you guys think, man. Congrats to Saints Nation. I'm gonna do a video for the Patriots coming up, all that good stuff. I'm gonna pause this video and I'm gonna jump right into recording the baseball video. And let me know what you guys think, man. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And this your boy, the real McCoy. Cowboys Nation, keep believing, all that good stuff. And I'm out, man. Peace.